When I woke up, I found myself in a dark place where I could see other beings moving around. Some were heading towards a bright orange light at the end of a tunnel, while others seemed lost and unsure. The light and the beings felt unsettling to me, so I preferred to stay away from them and the light. Suddenly, a radiant light from above expanded and filled the sky with a beautiful array of colors. I felt a gentle pulling sensation in my chest as the light drew me towards it. Within that light, I sensed an overwhelming feeling of love. As I approached the light, two figures started coming towards me. I immediately recognized them as my great-grandfather, who had passed away a few years ago, and my little brother, who had died at a young age. They were filled with joy to see me, but I couldn't share their happiness. It was then that I realized I was dead, and that realization filled me with sorrow. My great-grandfather could understand my thoughts, and we communicated telepathically. Every time I had a thought, he had an answer for me. I desperately pleaded with Jesus and God to give me my life back, unsure if they were listening or willing to grant my request. Despite being close to heaven, I didn't want to be there. I wanted to return to my life on earth. My great-grandfather became upset and warned me about the future that awaited me if I returned. It wasn't a pleasant picture he painted. He told me about the earth heading towards mass extermination of life and how my decisions would lead me to face that fate. He said my whole family would be affected, and there would be nothing I could do to save them. However, my strong desire to return to them and protect them, as well as deliver this message, outweighed his warnings. I continued to beg for a chance to live, regardless of what he told me. At that moment, I happened to look down at the earth. I saw my lifeless body lying in the creek. My friend's body was nearby, and I saw the car crash into the trees. People surrounded the scene, including ambulances and fire trucks. It was clear that they were discussing something about me standing over my body. I turned to my great-grandfather and firmly told him that I was going back. He became extremely upset and warned me that the next time I would emerge from the earth, it wouldn't be as easy. He said my life wouldn't get any better if I returned, and that it would actually become much worse. Despite his words, my will to live was stronger. The pulling sensation then left me, and I freely fell or soared back to earth and toward my body. As I re-entered my body, I felt a strange, cold, spongy substance surrounding me. It was a peculiar sensation, but I immediately opened my eyes and found myself back in my body. Two paramedics were beside me, and one of them exclaimed, "We got her!" I quickly glanced to my right and saw my friend's lifeless body lying there. I screamed for her, knowing deep down that she was gone. I tried to get up and reach her, but then I realized I couldn't feel my legs anymore. The paramedics became alarmed and gently laid me back down, urging me to stay still and let them take care of me. They informed me that my body was in bad shape and that they didn't want to lose me again. At that moment, I couldn't believe that everything was just as I had seen it from above. I knew with absolute certainty that I had died and come back to life. Regret washed over me as I realized my friend's fate. I looked up and saw my boyfriend's face in the car. He appeared pale, his eyes wide and filled with tears. He seemed shocked and devastated. Then, my vision faded and I spent the next 6 weeks in the hospital recovering.
Thanks, Cheri, for sharing your story. I really appreciate it. However, it's important for all of us to approach predictions of the future with a level of skepticism. While they may contain interesting claims, there often isn't enough evidence to support their accuracy. Throughout my life, I've come across many predictions, but I have yet to witness one actually come true. Of course, it's possible that I could be mistaken, but dwelling on the unknown isn't productive. Instead, let's focus on living our lives to the fullest. If you would leave a simple like on the video, you would make me smile. Remember, live long and live strong.